Right, we're back into it. There we are. We're going to be jumping over to today Oberland Station. I can't remember what we did here. I remember we were building down towards the water a little bit. I don't think we really did all that much at Oberland, so let's go and have a look and see what we got. We cleared out, including the original building itself. Pretty much everything. We haven't done any building here. We've done the prep work for building, but no building. Let's turn the lights on. You're going to give me a quest that I'm not going to be doing.
Am I ever glad to see you?
Very
we
good.
could really use a hand.
Is it building the place up?
How badly do we need those turrets?
A pack of feral ghouls has wandered in nearby.
Okay, very good. Ah, yes.
He tried to shoot it out.
Well, it'll be good not to have...
Yeah, don't worry about it. Just randomize text and cut throat. Don't worry about it. It's a quest not doing. So sentry bot in a distance there. Very good. So the randomized enemies from the crowd controlled streams have made their way over into the build as well. That's apparently stealing. So yeah, we scrapped the whole structure here. I feel like we did do a little building down to this. Maybe I was thinking of somewhere else. So I guess we've got a bit of work to do here. This here Oberland Station. Now, we need to do this and that. There we go. Now, Oberland Station itself is going to be like a stopping point. I would imagine that the train tracks are going to be like the roads and that it's going to be a pathway that people would use to travel, to traverse. Because it's definitely going to be leading to somewhere. So I'm thinking like a little stop off area, a little rest point for traders that are traveling. Don't know if I'll get rid of the tracks. I think that kind of fits in. So a little rest stop. Maybe just a standard trader. We don't need a full setup here. And then just a settlement that has built up around that concept. Yeah, sort of a B&B kind of thing, yeah. So any of the floor that's like gray, well, it's yellow, green, pathway, and have all this space down here now. Don't branch off too far down there B&B wise. Yeah, I thought we'd done stuff here, so I guess we need to get building. I'll probably keep beside farmland, trees. We have it gated. Got a little roof there, gated. Okay, let's start with the gates then. And kind of a partial raised area. You know what I mean? I'm sure we did work here. Maybe we were just prepping. Let's have a look at the fences. We've got a little lo-fi music going on. I found some copyright-free playlist. I couldn't take the RuneScape soundtrack anymore. As good as it is. We have like full concrete. I don't know if that's the front. Yeah, I think that's fine. Let me check with the wall, see if that is the front or not. Hello. So we're a little floaty down here. We can fix that with some temporary ground. This side, however, can't really go all that way out. Maybe we dial it back to just a smaller one and then do fence a little further in. Because yeah, it's extremely uneven. Pop him over there for the moment. It went with that. Very good. Yeah, I guess the issue with a fence really is how uneven this whole area is. Get rid of that for now then. The fence can come after. Let's get the flooring in. I'm so certain that we did stuff here. I may be thinking of the little water edge down at Oberland, maybe. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Any of the pier stuff gonna work for us here? Yeah, maybe a little bit. Probably this one, if any. I'll probably have it so it's just peeking through. In for now. Traveling. A lot of space to work with. It's like a shame just a small little area. You know how I kind of wish it was a little flatter, but how I want to do it is you'll have this internal area. And then I want a strip of buildings along either side. I'll sort of ye old cowboy town kind of feel, so. Figure out where these are going to be. And we can raise and lower as needed. So whether we would need a full one or if we just need a half. Half would probably be better to begin with for what I'm doing. I have a half in there. Ew, we'll need to remove those ever so slightly. Really matter which ones we use. Very rough placement to begin with here. And then I would imagine at this point I'm gonna have a stairwell and sort of at this point's the next flat area. So probably just a 2-tier kind of thing going on there. So this might be enough. Maybe the one more. Wait here, we'll get the supports in afterwards. Some kind of memory as to which section we were in. One extra. Okay. And I think building wise, what are we gonna have? Like a bar slash inn, ye old bar. And then just maybe a couple shops on the other side. A saloon. We don't have saloon doors, right? Family's here as well. Howdy. Welcome to everyone tuning in. Yeah, we're gonna have to get rid of that. I like the idea of having the trees in still. We'll patch up the sides. How big we're gonna need to go with this? Thinking have entrance in the middle. Yeah, I want to make this actually a full-on sort of replica of a ye old Western saloon kind of thing. So I'm going off a very vague memory of what one of those looks like. Just think about how many flooring pieces we're going to possibly need. And again, we'll hide the internals. Get the base flooring down. Better now. But the fact that this goes down as well, we can always have downwards. So we'll need space for tables, then a bar at the back. We'll have it going both up and down, because we have the space underneath. So let's get rid of that. And then we'll start prepping for a stairwell down here. We can also potentially do a stairwell up at the same point. So come back 2 in there. We surely go downstairs with this. Go for these. Go for the shack stairs. We want on that side. On that side. And obviously we've got the dividing wall in between as well. No, we'll do it the other way. In a little bit, that gives me space Or guess we want a balcony and then rooms as well. Wow. Saloon. How are we doing today, Anomaly? We're gonna have a big open space, balcony, and then rooms. It needs to go a little further back. Let me, what have we got here? I'm gonna bring that back, but I think that's enough. I think that's just fine. Let's take that there. We'll get whatever flooring in for now, and if we feel like we need to replace it a little later on, we can do so. The double. Say on the assets. And then we'll have a single coming out. That'll be the balcony looking thing. And I wish I'd done those medieval planks. Make it look a little bit more shack-like. Woods. So, let's get some of the dividing walls in to begin with. Are those stairs just naturally higher than the actual wall? Well, that's kind of annoying. We're gonna have to use some filler pieces. Prepping where the counter and the like will be. Need that across the whole area, they reckon? Rambling. Oh, we did it that way, but okay. That one to the wall. Then that allows us to build out a little bit. And we still have the balcony. Right, let me get the railings in so I can actually visualize this as a little bit of a balcony. And we'll figure out what we're doing with that bit in a minute. Again, I'll probably change some of these up as well. Oh yeah, the half piece. So to be fair, these sides are going to be walls anyway. Have a room at the end. And then rooms for all these ones. Technically, we're probably going to be best to turn that into 2 halves. So room. Need it. Half piece for these. This time we do need this one. So a half piece, we got a square. And we can put these back in. It's all gonna make sense. It'll all make sense, don't worry about it. Right, very higgledy-piggledy way of doing that. Technically means we can extend the bottom out a little bit. So yeah, we can do that. I don't know if we need to, but it'll make sense. I think we'll be able to do all this, considering we're surrounded by woods. There'll be a lot of wood to use. We didn't need to go all the way out. It is only half that we need. So what we'll do there instead is use some of the half walls. Outer ones. Those to snap at the bottom, please. Then we can fill the bottom bit in with a half cap. Not gonna work. How does it actually look and together like that? Actually, it doesn't look too bad. No real clipping or anything like that. Well, technically a little higher because of that small gap. So let's do it the other way then. And we'll be doing a false floor. Slight different style. I may end up changing the pier floors that we've been using. Then we can do that, and then it'll work. Nope. So the little gap there will patch, that's fine. Okay, corner cap, bring it around. A little concerned as to how the underneath of this is going to end up looking. We might not need all of these supports, so let's get rid of these for now. Change it to the double, and then if there's any support pillars needed, I'll get them in. So. You're not going to be able to see it anyway. See how. leave those last ones in, because I won't be able to build there anyway. Yeah, we'll even do it with this one. Although, just instantly get rid of the entire thing that we just put down. Thinking, like I said, we might end up having room underneath. See, not for all of it. Get rid of that should we really need to. We don't want that. Toilet can be wherever you want it. Real question here is, can we get additional rooms in? Can't go any wider than that, but extra level of room. And I'm thinking with this we have like a little little platform. Little platform. How are we doing today? Some guy in chat. Yeah. A little outside bit. I don't know if we're going any further that way. Be an extra room in and upon itself. Yeah, we get all the structure in, and any extra supports afterwards will work quite well. So for now, we'll just get the walls in. I don't think we can use these here because we're technically into the ground, so it's gonna have to be flat. So for now, place all the walls in. So should go ahead and just move that out just a little bit. So we'll say howdy. They're very dank looking rooms. We got any food? That's when it's going to halfway. Half wall, definitely have those. Little half wall there. It's gonna be a saloon with a deck on it. I'm building in 3 dimensions here. Thinking in 5 dimensions. That was actually worse. There we go. It's a little better. We may not even need to do anything this side. How big this is. Is a little gap. I want to patch it at the bottom of the top. Let's patch it to the top. Look at those 4 walls. Guess it's not snapping here as there's no floor underneath. Need to contain this in. Alright, let me take this out that are new. No, extremely painful. Let's not have it as a full piece then. I guess that means we can make this one a full. The only style that we have. That's where the stair will be for that. I was trying to snap that too. Stairs storage kind of deal. Just quite like the idea of going around and patching all the little bits. Be a doorway. I don't go too far out, so it's mega unrealistic. So I think that's about as far as I want to go out, and then maybe the hanging platforms off the edge. Or do I hear with more rooms? Maybe then the whole exterior balcony area. Then we can get the supports in. Nah, the wall's fine, don't worry about it. Pretty much a full sequence of the open ones anymore. Just you need that there support-wise, so corner. Yeah, corner cap like that'll do. Patch in. We'll cap that way as well. We actually have space to open this up. Ever contained one. Let's go for these. Boom. At a floor level. So, looking at that, I kind of want to use corner cap. Kind of want to do that on the opposite side like this. Maybe in one. Corner cap like that. Have that I can use here. Maybe that patched? I don't know if that's... don't think that's gonna work. All over 4. There it is. We'll just do a 4 side then. Materials just a little bit. And then that's the stairwell down even further. Get the support bits in. This then leads down to whatever we're going to do down there. Heavy room sections over. Right, we can start walling these in. A lot of little patching. These all raised? I guess it's only a step up, but it's kind of annoying that that's there. Let me lower that. And we'll just patch above it if we need to. There we go. No one's tripping over. How can I motion into the bones get damaged? I'd like the idea that they could get damaged, but you could save the template, so as long as you feed in materials, it just rebuilds back to where it was. The area, we don't need anywhere near as much open space. A little bit. I'm gonna get rid of these because I remember them not being easy to use. Oh, is in what? Sorry, in ampersand arrow up. What do you mean? 76. There it is. Yeah, I knew what that was. Shift being held, yes. But that's not too bad then. That's not bad at all. If I put a double deck, can we can't fit down here, right? Nope, we can walk up and down there, that's fine. A little tight, but fine. Match that to that. Oh, well, do we need the second one then? There's your bathrooms. These little rooms under the stairs, maybe. So this room gonna be accessible only through this area. There we go. And then this little area, I don't know, right over there or something. I didn't much like 76. It's a lot better than Arch, but still broke mess. So I've tried it a few times, and I've tried it a few times on stream as well. Do you know what killed it for me? I want the added features and benefits of Fallout first, but I don't think it's something that should be charged for. I think that should have been just part of the game. That makes sense? I'm gonna swap these out for this double. That might sort my little gap issue out. Exactly, feel the same. Yes, validate my opinion. Considering it's already a free game. Well, I mean, they dropped it to free, so there is that. That just always killed it for me. I don't mind dropping a little coin, but it's, for what it is, it's incredibly expensive. I feel like had they included those features, in the base game, and then charged for said game, fine. That would be fine. Apps. We should for a save. We haven't saved this whole thing. Station. Walls on this bit. Do I want windows on any of those bits? Kind of want some of the outer caps here so we don't just have a big old flat wall. Stairs killing me. The roof's like too high. The stairs are like 2.2 high. Don't know why you'd ever do that. Secondary balcony here. With this wall fully flat, we're gonna have over this way, up the back. We're gonna have a little balcony. This one, no roof. What's the law for this build? So with where we are and the pre-war train tracks being used as a pathway, this will be a route that a lot of travelers and traders will be passing through. So we've opened up what's going to be a little rest stop, Saloon Inn kind of thing. That's your law. Not really somewhere to sit, although we might try and get a few in. Just to there. some supports for that. One of those. We'll get some of the animation markers over there. As for the floaty roof, we're not finished yet. The floaty roof is caused because, as I mentioned earlier, the walls are like 2 tiles high, and this stair unit that I've put in is like 2.2 units high. So we're just gonna have to use some of the gap fillers for it. Fine, makes it a little awkward, but don't do any extra little measurements there when you can just wing it in for the best. Right, we'll get that in. They join, or is it floaty looking? That kind of joins. Lines up with this. Maybe I go for a slightly longer one. Go for this one and see how we look. And then, I don't know, an angled one here. Maybe one of these. So we can get that looking good. There we go. Let's check those beams. Any outline off? Go. Yeah, I can't tell what those beams are, so let's get rid of those existing ones. I can turn that back on. And then we can go all the middle spots as well. There we go, and there's the support for that. Built-in AC, there we go. A room. This was a room. Like the flat walls. Works in some areas, not in others. Cut first, measure later. Yeah, cut twice, measure once. That's the right way to do it, right? Soulfire is here, howdy. Support looking things under this area. Yeah, don't worry about that. It'll be the same orientation. Can we There's that. Right, I mean, we need a floor. Even if it's just a Garbo temporary one. Oh my god, the snapping. Building's going pretty good. We're kind of just winging it with this one, but working well. Support for that. We do, but I think that works fine. Cool, this build is just winging it. Yeah, I mean, I'd like to say that a lot of my builds have been heavily pre-planned, but I have a rough idea and I just go from there. So, how we tend to go. Inner-wise would need to go a little lower. So how we're going to do that is we're going to go for some of the more chunky looking supports. Yeah, we'll double it like that. And probably a faux flooring. And then the support beams. We're getting a little claustrophobic in here. Yeah, I like the idea of it being exposed like that. And then just random posts in the middle. Okay. Like, then we should be able to go in and use these. Stick in the ground. We'll have this area as accessible storage. So, do we have half walls for these? Nope. Shield it from already of the I mean, to be fair, we can't fit down here. We can't fit down here. So the kind of thing. What is that? It's more like a little crawl space for it. I'll put some crates here, lore-wise. What way we want to go down? This way. Into the ground a little bit too much. Kind of want it flat still. Yeah, that works. See. Board in. And then I think from that point, ramp. I think it'll be accessible here. Building is very secure, I'll have you know. Very secure. Just don't think about the railings, it's fine. We do have the option for those. Supports in. Okay, so we'll need a ramp for that. And have it go over the log. But not a... Just made stairs, actually. There we go. These... Move that down just a little bit. And that's the way down to this bit, but whatever we do down here. We don't really need a balcony here, but we'll put a roof one on. Right, that's my way down. Right, so that's my way down and out. We have bottom floor here. This needs patching. We'll get the walls and like on in a moment. Another one of those. This is all cleared. Right, we need to put in gap fillers. We're going to go for any sort of wooden plank like this. A little corner like that's fine. Side. Go, that snaps out a little bit better. We'll do a little detailing on the outside as well, because it's looking a little copy and paste at the moment. You know, we see board, gap, board gap, board gap, board gap, over and over. Change that up a little bit. Talking about repair damage object. So while we're in the gap fillers, we'll get these ones filled as well. It really doesn't matter if it's the same one over and over. Alternate it slightly though. I'll flip, trim them out just a little bit. That bit done. Okay, we need the walls in this side, so yeah, like I said, I don't want it all black. So if we do something a little bit more unique over this side. A bit in the middle. Additional support's going to be needed over here. These trees, I'm going to leave them exactly where they are. Everything there. All. And I want this pretty solid. Go for the solid half that is roof planks. Supports again. Snapping. May have to do some manual supports. Some of those in, and then some manual as well. Ground already. We'll get some as well. Yep, connected to there. Connected to there, and then do this, and then hopefully rotate. Might need a smaller one. Right, snap in off. Beam copy. Shrinking it down. Just a little bit. Just a little bit more. Thinner beam, but it does the job. Doing it on stream as well, yeah. Floating. Floating. Yeah, that seems fine to me. I said I just wanted to make sure it looked a little different. You have this whole area where there's technically ground. Or save and have a little walk around, see how we're going. Let's see. It's like a lot of support work on there. Main entrance being one of these. I hope there's something like saloon doors. Okay, so we're up here and these are the rooms, because I'm not going out any further. Technically going to be a whole 2 areas. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rooms here. Right, let's get the walling in for the rooms up at the top then. And if we are going to expand out any, it's going to be with these type check outer walls. And then we'll get some extra detailing in. Strange not seeing the grill head. Yeah, I took it off. It has had consequences though. So, for whatever reason, my neck appears to be damaged. Like someone cut my head off and put it back on. And I can't seem to fix that. So, not sure how that's happened. That's happened at all. Okay, so let's place the internal walls in first, and then we'll worry about the outer ones afterwards. Snapping. That many rooms. This could be a slightly larger room, thinking about it. Two slightly larger rooms. Yeah, okay, we'll do a mixture of big and small rooms then. Half wall, please. Oh, that whole area, one room. Chair. I don't know, swap these around. I think that makes more sense. These two are taken up, so 3 small rooms. There we go. Bathroom. Cloud caps again. Way of getting that. Work this way. One of these. Okay, I'll get rid of that. We'll fill gap pieces in momentarily. We just need one of the doubles again, surely. Oh, then we've got a little corner area here. Maybe a turret. There's like an opt turret spot. In path area. The yield railings. Move that dune. Same level. So that side. Right, okay, we need to go away that. Okay, so bathroom. Balcony area, walk along. Okay, so we're probably gonna need one or two walls down below, and then it's mainly gonna be support beams. Tab. In the counter along here. And then up to the wall. I have that right to the edge. Yeah, we'll do it. Have the doorway there. Yeah, then we have the counter coming out. And that'll work. Gotta counter him first, and then support. Oh, let me just remember where this is. Miniature, I believe. Counters. Got a nice looking one. Definitely a nicer looking one. And I guess, as long as these are the same height, don't mind if it looks like it's more makeshift. Yeah, they're all the same height, right? Let's make a custom looking counter area. Snapped, but yeah. That far, I don't want it kind of level with the balcony. So the shadow is probably going to be the best way to go with this. So beam just next to the shadow. Maybe we go sort of halfway. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go halfway. And then we'll just put things across like that. Have this little enclosed area where they can sit. No worry about falling down there. Remove the floor. Put those in. Right next to each other. Move it up a little bit. Again, decorational stuff on the top is going to help tremendously with these. What even is this? Random bit of wood. Again, go with a couple of those. Yeah, I like how some of them fit under it quite well. As long as they're not floating, it's fine. I'll have a section that's just considerably smaller. Oh, am I putting these on woods? No, these are fine, right? Would that be this way? Have a look at the other pieces. Any real one with the issue? I think that's fine. Doesn't really matter. It really doesn't matter. And I guess I've just done the same thing with that. Wow, that's out considerably either side. Okay, we'll have that as a little in. Slot. Just a slight little bit more legroom. It really doesn't matter then. Idea of the handle sticking out. A half wall on this side as well then. Yeah, let's do that. Go to wood. Yeah, there we go. Tains in quite nice. Quite well. That little gap here. I'll need to go through. And back in just a little bit. Okay, well now we've got those in, I need to get the supports in on this. So I might actually go through the tables a little bit. So we may have to move it ever so slightly just in one direction. Let's have a look at the supports. Are the pre-made ones going to work here, or is it going to be too much? Snapping. I think they're going to be too much. I think we go for our self-approach. Might be too high, but... that works because it goes along the wall. Yeah, we're probably just gonna have to shift it a couple of pixels back. I don't really want them going through the table. Want to go in or out? Some bits are fine, some bits less so, so... Maybe in. Stick with the actual beats then. And against the board like that. And this one can stay. This one needs to change. We'll have this one go in as well. No. Add considerably in. May need to change what board we have here. To be fair, that works. Have it slightly below that. Yeah, I mean they're clipping, but you can't tell. It doesn't do any whole thing. A slight angle to that one. Let's get rid of that. Means we can move this all back along. And then that just alleviates the problems altogether. Okay, there's a counter. Goes in that pit quite nicely. Save. Decorational and seats can come afterwards when we get all the structure done. Right, let's finish off the exterior of the wall. Because we've got this whole area here that's not really doing anything. Patch this in. Full support. Full. On the inside ones as well, in case you see them. We'll get a little decorational stuff down there as well, but bushes and trees and all. Let's start with the entrance. I really don't think there's going to be anything like saloon doors, but stranger things have happened. Let's have a look. I mean, we could have double doors. Kind of like saloon doors. I don't really think we'll end up going with this. Let's have a look. I don't know. But the closest we're going to get to a saloon door. Maybe if we shrink it down, you know? So bear with me, I've got an idea. Go back into the build menu, please game. Let me shrink this down. Maybe a little bit more. While we're here, actually, let me just pop that there. Actually, gonna need that. We just want the double door, I believe. Here. Okay, the double or the single that we're gonna want. Double would be some. Let's see. It's a single. Okay, so these two prongs coming down the side need to be exactly the same width as the door frame, the internal bit. I'm hoping we got that as is. It's looking pretty much there. Now, saloon doors open inwards, right? So this technically needs to be the other way around. Didn't know we would have a cowboy theme place. Yeah, but I don't know if I'm gonna have the assets in here. I know we've got some custom structures in here, but I don't think. Yeah, there's not even an option for doors. It's all the space looking stuff. So if we have them open inwards, like I said, we need it technically the other way. And then technically rotate it around. Checking out orientation. Probably move it back a little bit. Maybe down a little bit. I'm hoping this works. they're going to be able to get through that. I might need to move it across just a little bit. Don't realize those two little bits stuck out. Maybe, maybe we increase it 1, and then we'll be okay. Look this side. Hey, there we go. We got our own little wasteland saloon doors made. Get this flooring in. There we go. That's pretty good. We want this flat. Melding into the ground. Yeah, then we can do a little hatching. Goes along the rails. None really there. In fact, none really there. We'll keep it to this side. So, step up to this. Or continue along. Alright, let's continue building up the rest. So, we'll have obviously the second tier of wall here. What I'm thinking with this balcony that comes up here is it walks around this way, having a door here, and then the balcony comes out the front as well, so we can root and toot and shooting. So I'm building with that in mind. We need to build in this way a little bit. So again, we'll get some rough walls in and then change them up if we think they're looking a little too samey. Because these are all samey. Snap there, you fool. That shit at the bottom. Okay, well, if we're going to change those, we'd best change... real patched looking. Corner caps. What to have this as one of the outside ones. It'll clip through a little bit. They're just a flat wall. Snap enough so I can realize this. So it'd be there. How we're looking floor wise. A little bit of the floor coming through. No. We'll not do that. We are indeed, but we're doing a saloon. little patchy bits over here just to not fall down and die there. How are we doing today, buddy? Oh, we'll be getting a piano in there. There's definitely that asset. We use that somewhere else as well. Okay, these ones can... Exterior wall, rather than do it that way. Like so. Ready you. Ooh. Go for the corner unit again. Do we go for 2 corner units? And have it busted in like that. Oh, let's do that then. Change the flooring. So that one and a square, then corner cap again. Didn't want to place that there. Get rid of that. I remember the kids all day. How old are they again, butter? We're talking like cocoa melon. Stick that on and call it a day. Or are they a little older and need a little bit more attention? Luke's here. Howdy, I'll check that in a second. 13, 8, and 4. Wow, covering all ages then. Good luck with that. Good luck with that, but actually build out here a little bit more. So I've just got a selection of mods in this pack, Luke. Pretty much all settlement build focused. The angled corner again. Probably do another angled corner sort of here. So we can do what? 1. We'll do another partially opened area. If it snaps, you're gonna have a new one in 11 weeks. Good Lord, butter. Do the exact same though. Supports for those as well in a moment. Right to the edge of the build. Half ones. Little floaty there. we go, big beam. Size build limit, getting yellow already. Yeah, this helps make it not seem as flat. Which is something we need to do with that as well. Roof between these bits are going to be a little funky to do, but we'll figure that out. Okay, so balcony-wise then. Having both of these angled might not be the best way to go. Leave it in as is for now, and if we have to change it, we will. The ground prep work for it. Okay, so probably just there. Not any further than that. I do, however, want it above the metal sheets. Ever so slightly. Yeah, we almost need to make it angled here. Oh boy. Have that going all the way back in again? Would we do that? Swapping the orientation of the stairs now. All the way at that bit. A little step up. That's a considerable jump. If we do it there. Don't know where that just went. Can you please snap? Where I want it to snap. Bring it down. Stairway there. We're not clipping through the floor too much, are we? Maybe a little bit. There we go. So that doesn't need to be a full. Okay, we have the inside framework for this one prepped. Yeah, we just need to do it over this side as well. So we could do a similar thing here and actually go inwards. Might be the better way for it to go. So back to the double. Extra support for that. Or alternatively have the balcony go this way. Didn't we have like a little triangle piece? If I can find the little triangle piece, we'll use that. Oh my god, game, please. Do it manually, it's easy way. Stairs up to that bit. We'll need a little doorway there. Doorway this side. So we will swap these back around again. These are called doorways there. Single doorway there, though it needs to be actually for the correct height. Single little balcony out of this way, can we? Or like corner units. No, none of those. Could do, however. This room. And one of these in. This side. We could then corner it up. Lock that little bit in. That's that bit sorted. We need half railing at this point. Put that down to that level. Little funky stuff going on here. Now just 1 pixel. Little funky going here as well. Yep. We could extend the room out a little bit more. Wow, it just keeps expanding. Supports in for those in a moment. Yeah, we'll expand it out a little bit, not a huge amount, just with these. We'll have one open and then one of those. We don't want to go into this room, so we'll just corner cap. There, a little bit of support into those as well. Right, that's the main ones in. Can we get one of these? Do I need these ones then? Move these. The circular ones. Need to make this not like it's floating. Support beam wise, it's going to go straight or horizontally. That was exactly what I want. Kick it in a little bit. Mistakes were made. Oh, mistakes were made. There we go. Let's take snapping off and do it freehand here. Same with this one, to be honest. It's like sitting on those. Corner wall to cover in here. those. It's fine. Okay, so a little extension to that there. We have... It's going to be the balcony this way, so we'll need the wall on the inside. So... Go with the railings. If it's making sense. Or at least starting to. Leaning out railing. Leaning out, leaning out. Realistically, that needs to be walls on either side. As it does on the inside as well. Okay, so we need, what, double door? One door. Single door. There. Nothing more can build. Let's work a little magic. There we go. Now we can build more. So wall there, 'cause it's technically outside. A wall here, if it'll allow it. Two different heights completely. Easy fix. Oh, why must she do this game? The hard way. And that's a little bit contained in. A little bit to put in. It's technically higher, but that doesn't really matter because we'll fill her again. All around the inside. And we should be good for the walls. I mean, you can start to wear that whenever you want, Erky. A lot of work needs to be done on the backside. I'm getting Homer Simpson vibes. Have the walls work on the outside. Yeah, because it's just... It's gonna be like a high-rise internal area, so... I mean, maybe if we want a couple of windows, we can do the janky little trick that we did before. So we'd do that, and then... Put a couple of half walls in as well. The illusion of a window. I could potentially do that on some of these back bits as well, make it just a little bit different. Who needs glass? rest be solid. Do on this side. Yeah, the rest will be solid. What are these? That needs to go. And replacement for this, potentially. And we can roof it. We'll match in here with the sizes. Fellas are going to come to the rescue here. Those half balls in. Just be straight up full wall. What are we doing? Another half. Let's try to do another half. I had it for there we go. I had it for a split second. Right, second tier wall in place. Okay, bring these down so they're touching the roof. How is that going to look? Gosh, how much of a barrier do we actually have? A huge amount. What I am going to do is I'm going to go along this. And we'll say, move that up a little bit. Move a couple up, couple down. Just make it look a little less. So, by much, but enough. And then, yeah, we're gonna have to patch these. Well, those watching live, what are we thinking so far? Yes, those watching on the VOD as well. I'd really put the roof on last, but I think we're gonna need to get the roof in soon. So yeah, I think we are going to need to do the window trick. Now, realistically, behind the counter, we're going to need primarily wall for the displaying of booze. So window on that one. A window on that one. Booze on either one, so... those in. Hey Francie, where's the loser? Chat is just concerned about where the loos are. So I have a position for that. We go into the saloon. You're looking for the John. You want to be going up the stairs. And then it's around this way to the rooms. But we're going to have toilet there. Down to the balcony. Get back around to the rooms. Yeah, I think that's coming along great. Need to find a position for this. The stage. Oh, let's do this before we get the roof in. Yeah, we'll just stairs over there. Probably over in this area. Get rid of some of the support. Yeah, just the one. A lot bigger than what I thought it was. Guess we can take that straight to the ground level. Just make buttons that I'm after. And that right across. With the, I mean, we could put a false wall in for that bit. We raise it up. Enough walkway. Yeah, I think that's enough of the walkway. We can't get rid of these because it's part of it. There's posts in the middle. Anywhere better suited. Here. Bring the bar down a little bit, maybe. Because then we can't get rid of the posts. With a slightly smaller bar. Design the bar a little bit. I think the stage still needs to come around this side. So those bars being in the way are a bit of a pain. Let me go ahead and move these ones. And we can bring the stage real close. Front here. Get rid of this. Where's that? This will be the behind the stage then. Bring that push to the wall. That there. We'll get some additional steps into that bit. Okay, that works a little better. Let's have this as the entrance to the bar area, then tucked to the side rather than just dotted in the middle. See the side of that. The rotations reap. Do that. Move that along just a little bit. I think I needed like a full half tile to get through, so jimmy this around a little bit. Now the easiest way to do this, positioning wise, temporary, is they need that amount of space to get through. As long as we don't go into that, then we should be fine. Let's move that there instead. That there. Then we can fit this thing in here. We're gonna go ahead and shrink this down. Get rid of that. That's as is. Yeah, that's fine. We'll just have a slightly more open area to it. I don't want to replicate this now. CVC wooden doors double. That is spent. What we do need, now we get decorational, is some kind of area for the stage. I would be. Yeah. Like that high to stop people climbing up on it. Yeah, we need to rotate the angle ever so slightly. I think that's fine. No additional snap points. What are we even snapping through there? Manual placement time. One smack bang in the middle. And then the same either side. Oh, there's your stage. Right, so entrance, stage to the left. Entrance to the back. You got your bar along here. Got your way down to additional rooms. You got your way up to rooms and a balcony. You can get the roof in, I think. Right. Roofs. Any decent corner bits. Let's go. Okay, what do we have on CBC then? Prefabs. literally the same. Canopies, we can use this as well. Okay, standard roofs it is then. Big old chunky ones. Really? No. Oh my god. We feel like placement's incredibly broken sometimes. This is going to be all over the place. Yeah, why it never, ever, ever snaps the way you want it. I want it there, but facing towards me. The wall is not backwards. You are backwards. We don't have a double flat. Is that the best we can do, really? Slightly less of an angle. Yeah. Kind of prefer that. Oh my. Yeah, make it snap to the outside like that. Yeah. Right, we'll go from that point. Good lord. Okay, so for what I'm trying to do, it's a considerable gap. What I want. They're going to be too much of an overhang. Kind of want the overhang to be like half of the roof. I don't know if it's doable. Enough that it doesn't like it needs any extra support. Go with that. Just like the template. Ah, corner's my one weakness. Yes. Okay. This along. Roof is going to be like playing Tetris. Nearly there. And... oh, we are going to go out that side as well. It's no small corner bit, right? Small one of those. I'm looking for the sort of angled. Definitely some pieces that are just missing. Bring it in a little bit more then. Couple of pixels out. I feel like we're gonna have to use a different roof. Be more suited to like the warehouse roofs. Like this little thing over here. I'm not entirely sure how I'm gonna do that with these pieces. I guess we have the singular ones. Yeah, well, let's not scrap it to begin with then. And a little hatching. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not feeling it. Look at roofs that have got sort of angles going in a different way. Kind of like to try and have the same sort of material as the pre-existing ones over here. Where possible. Yeah, we're looking for pieces like this. But smaller. Um... Snap. Okay, well, let's patch in the bits of the roofs that we can and we'll get the other bits done. So, these bits specifically need to be the same. Potentially just for this one area. How's my double looking? Does that match up? It does, but ideally not the one with a gap in it. Yeah, that's fine, little clip in. We still don't have the walls over on this bit. Saves the patching for that. Leave this a little bit open. Doorway. Okay, it's to a different height, but that actually works quite well for it. Corners like that. I don't really want to just do it flat, but... Let's see, if we have that there, and then raise this up. Sort of the same trajectory angle. That with the rest of it and then patch them in. Snap that, please. Snapping. Move that in manually. And then do the same thing again. And we're scrapping this. I'd like it to be pretty much bush, and then we can put some trim around it. Wow, just a little way. About there. Okay, now empty-ish. Gaps on the side don't really matter. Yeah, much better because we've got the metal pieces that are hanging over the edge. It makes all the difference. Yeah, just keep that going, I think. Now we'll get back to the middle and then we'll alternate the other way. And then gap-wise, we'll just fill it in. Do it on the inside one first, it's going to be much easier. Go. Right now, I think we can start to switch and go back down the other way, though. I may just do what we've done there, this side, and hopefully meet up in the middle. Pretty much jank. That's technically a little bit out, but it's fine. Okay, we have the half piece. No, we don't. We just have two of those. And we wing it. We can wing it. Okay, so that side's technically a little bit higher. That object snaps on. Fine. Going up for this one. There we go. Like that. Mix around this bit. I like the two levels there. And where can we have that all the way down to there? We do that. And then do this as the alternate way. I think that would work. Really don't want it to snap there. Alright, that might be the basis for the roof. Let me see if I'm missing any gaps. It's going to be very flat at the back. We still have the whole roof bit to these final two rooms. I think we might go this way. Mix it up. Match that bit in. That like that. We'll have a single one if we can find it. There. How far into the room does that go? If it's just angled, then it's fine. So let's put a couple of those in. Have a look. Yeah, you can't tell. Gets rid of those jagged edges. Also breaks up the roof just a little bit, so in fact, flat's probably going to work better here. Oh. It's in just a little bit. I need a post or two, fill a piece or two. Down just a little bit. Yes, wow. Flush with the building. The bit that goes out is this. I have a couple of panels here that we might be able to just straight up get rid of. Pull them out for the moment. Something by the half. Get the walls in now because it's kind of throwing me. There. That piece there. Yeah, I mean, the easy way would just be go a full L shape here. Going for, though, could do. Match those across like that. We'll put a little cap on the top of this bit. Right down here. A little cap. Something on the roof. Quality column of some sort. Right now, we're going to be hitting up the gap fillers quite heavily. I wish they looked a little better. I wish it didn't have the blue and the white pieces. It was just made up of the wooden planks. And you can't really see these. They're patched in. Let's go for those. Yeah, we've got a weird little going on here. Alright, that's those bits done. The wall around the back to fill in. Right, let's get rid of these random little bits of floating roof. So again, I think on this little platform here, I'll probably have a turret. Just on this little bit. Put in those bits. Put in those bits. Okay, let's get the walls on these remaining rooms. We've got a little patching to do on the inside. Those I will use. Get up there as well. That bit. Raise it to there. Maybe go this way a little bit. And again, we'll need to do that on the outside as well. I best alternate as much as possible. You can have a couple of the same boards. This comes toilet. Toilet. We cap and cap. Did not allow me to do that. Okay, I might have a way around that. Just want to make these have a little protrusion out, but not too much. So I'm thinking if we cheese it by putting these in. This one's a little different. I will try and do the same thing. And corner cap. That's the way I want it. This. How much extra room does that give them? Already a huge amount. Maybe we do one as the open piece and then one closed. Alternate them each time. Again, this one can be a little different. I mean, the easiest solution is just use the two-part thing, but try and mix it up a little bit. We'll have a double. And then double this way as well. So technically we can get rid of that then, put a single in. Blocked. Before we block it. Okay. Okay, we go with that. Get the supports in for there. Just makes it less flat. Less flat. Yeah, that's the exact reason why rotating. Again, filler on those bits. Just a little bit more food in. Match that. Back outside. Right, filler. Yeah, the small boards maybe a bit too much. Not if we do them to there though. Big fat one. Snap in here. Okay, we'll do these ones manually. A lot of manual placements there for the gaps. Well, we're gonna change this to a window. What we'll do with this one though, considering it's the bathroom, is how we're gonna do this. If we that in there like so. Still not what I was after. So we'll have it this side. We then want a single one of these. That one. Ideally, we want this to cover both bits. That with that, we'll move it in 1 pixel. And there we go, a little window at that bit. Where the toilet is. Go back around to this area. Wow, we got really invested in this today. Wow, we've been going for this for hours. Support smack bang in the middle of these. Those additional bits. This whole area over here is kind of floaty. Rather than having them go all the way down, let's go for these and make bigger if we need to. Perfect size. Support those. We might beam down with those along the side of the building to give a little more depth as well. So, tall, chunky fella. Not gonna snap to it. Snapping on. It snaps to itself, so there's at least that. Same height as barn walls. We could just maybe actually use larger post. Still 3 of them. Goes in like that. There's 2 for these ones. Necessarily need it with this one, but put it in anyway. Go a little bit more depth to it. Put for that as well. This way. Horizontal frame. Go to these bits with a more chunky piece. Sort of tie these all in together. It kind of makes it a little too flat again. Very flat and uniform. We'll have to think about something to do with that. I'll take suggestions as to how we can make the back area look a little less flat. While I have a little zip zoom around and see what we've got done today. I'll keep the flooring on this side for now, so it's the same level. There's a mega structure lock. Let me have a look inside. Go in. Far ahead, so I'll probably have 2 bar shop counters here. Animation markers galore in this area. This balcony is more for the staff. Might be best to actually get rid of these walls now. And in its place, put some support beams. Thin fellas. Yeah, they should be fine with that. It opens up a little bit more. It worked fine previously, but when we changed the stage to being over there, that looks a little better. So we're gonna have booze on the back here, an area over this way. Area is fine. It's nice and open, high ceilings. Up to the balconies where the rooms are accessible. Get all those closed off. We've got a couple of windows, so it's uniform looking. What we can do, make it a little less flat as well, is go around with a little extra trim. If it ever snaps where I want it to snap. the corner with this one and see how we do. See how we do. So it's out about the same width. About there. I should. Hard, please. I should be able to snap this. Snapping off. Ideally, it's sort of same level. Snap it back on. And then what we'll have to do with this is shimmy it along. Get out about the same amount than these smaller bits. Hatch in and then drop it down one so it doesn't do the little glitch thing. Max that up, down, that up. And we'll do the same again around the windows. Might actually be the perfect height from position. Snap the edge, please. There we go. So I guess with a bit above, especially with this coming out so much, if we were then to go to the smallest one, you can't really see a difference. I guess it's more of a... I guess you can. That's got 3 little bits. That's got 1. Let's bring it out 1. Better, right? Small fellas. Snap in nicely. That snaps in nicely, bring it out 1. Oh, just gotta do that for every single window now. Wow. Right away with that. Actually, let's do it for the door frame. That's even. What? In fact, let's do this whole door frame before we get finished up for the day. Bring it out. Pop that down. The outer bits. There we go. You could bring it up a little further, but I think that's fine. Likely to do then. Let's have a little spot at the top for a sign. Saloon. A little bit of the detailing. Wood. We want misc. Wallboard. We got the old flat looking one. Not in there then. Wooden boards. Furniture. Boards. There we go. Any loose ones? I can work with this. Make it down a little bit. See if we can get that to work. That put about as high as the door, maybe a little lower. A little lower. Over to the supports, beams. Smaller one. We'll turn snapping off. And then we just gotta make a match the bottom of these posts. Sign. Board for the sign anyway, and then we can... we have the standard bar sign. I don't know if I'll use that one. Okay, we can go for something a little bit more custom when we devise a name for this place, so I'll take name suggestions as well, both live and in the stream VOD comments. Let's go ahead and proceed. Yes, there we go. I think that's some really good progress considering we haven't really done anything here at this point.